Well, hello there. The holidays are upon us and Christmas is around the corner. But we also know that there's a lot of plastics going around us, during the holiday season. Now, it turns out that over 3,000 people have been employed and actually working very well in plastic waste management and collection. So those of you who are there thinking, I have no job, please do something with your hands. Yes, talking about hands, this is the Handshake here on New Vision TV with Milin Komjisha. I have with me Paul Bushalizi. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So over 3,000 people are employed in plastic waste collection. That's amazing. But do we need qualifications?
No, I think a lot of that plastic collection is for the recycling industry.
Oh yes.
Recycling of plastic.
Yes.
So the way it's organized is that I think they have collection centers. So these people collect their plastics. They're taken to these collection centers, weighed, and are paid for it. I don't know what the rates are, but that's how it generally works.
So anybody can do this?
Yeah, anyone can do it.
All right.
I know people who leave parties with sacks of of bottles, of plastic bottles of sodas and water to go and drop off at collection centers for some money. So anyone can do it.
Now this is interesting. So it's only just 3,000. They're saying over 3,000, but I'm sure there's more.
No, those are not even. How do you?
I think these are like the registered ones or something.
Yeah, more or less registered ones, but they're not yet even enough to really handle this, the full extent of the problem. It's just amazing. It probably need a lot more, and you know, popularizing or highlighting this thing could probably have more people recruited.
Absolutely.
Into the thing,
what I'm thinking about right now is how do they organize themselves? How do they collect and do they just collect and drop, or is it a certain organization? Are they under a certain organization?
So there are several companies recycling plastics in Kampala now. It's actually one of our best kept secrets, but basically
I think so.
The easiest places to collect plastics, of course, are the dumping sites.
Oh yes.
So Kitezi has a huge population of people just sorting out the recyclable plastics from the non-recyclable plastics. Other dumping sites like in Kireka and other places, they have huge thing. But that aside, there are also other people, you know, they employ a lot of young people to go around, you know, just collecting on the streets and that kind of business. But you know, one of the symptoms that we're not even getting grip on this problem is how much flooding we even have in Kampala. Because what happens is these plastics go and clog up these stormways, and the water comes onto the streets. So imagine if we could just get all that out. It'd be interesting.
Is it only, do they collect this plastic waste for just recycling? Well,
first of all, not all plastic waste
yes.
is recyclable. Yes, and actually there's a debate. Obviously, there's a debate about what we should do about plastic. Some people just say just ban everything. You know, be like in Rwanda, which said we don't want any plastic paper bags and everything. That's one way of doing it. But the people who manufacture things and pack things argue that, look, plastic is so convenient. It is malleable. You can kind of shape it into whatever you want to shape it. It's light. It's disposable. Of course,
it's disposable. Dangerous.
It's also dangerous. But I think the question is, how do we manage? Now, there are two kinds of plastics. There are certain plastics that cannot be recyclable, cannot be recycled. So therefore, maybe those ones should be banned. They talk of single-use plastics like straws, the drinking straws we use. But the other things like
paper.
Yes, and some thin grade of polythene paper. But the other things like the bottles, as I said, basins, jerry cans, and several other kind of plastics that can be redone. I think the thing is, I think maybe we should restrict our use of plastic. That is agreeable. I think plastic will always be a convenient means of fairing things up.
Yeah.
But beyond restricting our use, we should be able to dispose of it in an orderly fashion. In other places, you know, you have 3 dustbins. So you have a dustbin for plastics, a dustbin for maybe metals, and yes, and bottles and organic materials. We should also maybe develop that kind of discipline.
I think so.
And we should be able to manage it. I mean, a country like Sweden is even importing, well, that's another thing, but it's importing a lot of waste to fire up its plants and all that kind of business. So there are uses for these things. They can't just throw it away. Yeah.
So are you saying that deep down in the village, the youth there roaming the streets of the village should make use of their time by collecting plastic somewhere?
Well, I know that some of the companies that are involved in recycling have spread out their wings into the rural areas. So, you know, youth in the rural areas will also get this, mostly around the urban areas where the concentration of plastic use is. Will probably have this opportunity.
Right.
Right now it's concentrated in Kampala.
Okay. And the holidays are here. I think they should make use of their hands.
Well, true. And we're going to be using a lot of plastic
at the
holidays. So you can expect that there'll be a lot of work to be done.
I hear you. Thank you so much, Paul.
Welcome.